With more than 200 medieval monasteries in Serbia, that country is a fantastic place to visit and learn more about them. Located on the border of East and West, their architecture is often influenced by both, which gives those places a unique appearance. Serbian medieval monasteries were centers of education and places where art and culture flourished. In this video, you'll see 5 of them, located on the cultural route of the Council of Europe, Transromanica, which connects, explores, and promotes Romanesque sites in 10 European countries. These sites are located in southern Serbia, in the area known as the Valley of the Kings. Medieval monasteries there were built during the 12th and 13th centuries, in the region which was at that time the center of the Serbian medieval kingdom. Nemanjić dynasty that ruled it erected several monasteries there. The 5 medieval monasteries on the Transromanica cultural route in Serbia uniquely combine Byzantine and Romanesque architecture. From the outside, you can spot Romanesque features, such as friezes of blind arcades. However, their interiors were painted with vast fresco decorations, which are among the best examples of Byzantine paintings in Europe. Žiča Monastery complex was built at the beginning of the 13th century. Its Church of the Savior is significant because it was a coronation church of the 7 kings of Serbia. Stefan I was crowned in Žiča as the first king of Serbia. In 1219, it became the first seat of the Serbian archbishopric when Sava Nemanja, later known as Saint Sava, became the first Serbian archbishop. These places aren't museums, but are still functioning monasteries. Žiča is the women's monastery today, and that's something that makes them alive. You can see monks and nuns in them, buy some goods they produce, and even spend a night at some of these locations. The Studenica Monastery complex originally consisted of 14 churches and chapels. 3 are preserved today, while you can see archaeological remains of some other buildings. Studenica Monastery has been on the UNESCO list of World Cultural Heritage since 1986. It's one of the largest and most important medieval monasteries in Serbia. Its main church, devoted to the Mother of God, was built with local marble, giving a beautiful texture to its facade. That church is home to some of the oldest medieval statues in Serbia and to some of the most beautiful frescoes. Serbian medieval monasteries, built in the 13th and 14th centuries, are renowned for their frescoes. They are great examples of the monumental style in Byzantine art. It developed after the fall of Constantinople in 1204, when many Byzantine artists left it and went to Europe. They brought a new approach to space in wall paintings, now characterized by unique expressiveness. The wall paintings in the Church of the Mother of God Sanctuary are some of the first examples of that style, thus marking a turning point in medieval Byzantine and Romanesque paintings. Finished in 1209, fresco decoration was commissioned by Saint Sava. Painters, who probably came from Constantinople, used lapis lazuli and gold in their paintings. The most renowned fresco is in the sanctuary, representing the Mother of God holding baby Jesus. Another fresco that shouldn't be missed in Studenica Monastery is the Crucifixion of Jesus on the western wall. As with many medieval frescoes, characters and situations are identified by the inscriptions on them. These are interesting because in this church you can see the first Cyrillic inscription written in Serbian fresco paintings. Built in the second half of the 12th century, Đurđevi Stupovi Monastery was commissioned by Stefan Nemanja, the founder of the Nemanjić dynasty. The story says he dedicated the monastery church to St. George to thank him for helping to escape the dungeon where his brothers put him. The staircase leading to the church entrance is flanked by 2 towers. Their original appearance still needs to be discovered, hence they have yet to be restored. Although few frescoes could be seen inside the main church, some beautiful wall paintings are preserved in King Stefan Dragutin's chapel. Built in the second half of the 13th century, Sopoćani Monastery soon became the royal family's burial place. It's different from all other Transromanica sites in Serbia because it looks like a typical Western basilica from the outside. The Romanesque influence is present in its architectural elements, such as the tower, entrance portal, and windows. The most impressive in the Church of Trinity at Sopoćani Monastery is its interior with fantastic frescoes. These are some of the most important 13th century wall paintings in European art. The Dormition of the Mother of God has the highest quality. After being severely damaged during the wars between the Austrian and Turks, Sopoćani Monastery was carefully restored in the 20th century. It's been listed as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site since 1979. Located deep in the forest above the river Gradac, Gradac Monastery has one of the best micro-locations among the Serbian medieval monasteries on the Transromanica route. Although it has similarities to other sites, with Gothic elements, its architecture is slightly different. The monastery was founded in the second half of the 13th century by the French princess Hélène Anjou, wife of Serbian king Stefan Uroš I. It was also her burial place. The monastery is very important because it was the first girls' school in medieval Serbia. Gradac Monastery was a large complex, but Ottomans severely damaged it after 1389. That's why many of its parts are in the archaeological state. The monastery was completely abandoned during the Ottoman rule. It has been reconstructed since the 1960s, bringing the nuns back. Southern Serbia is a region filled with beautiful nature, mountains, forests, great food, and some of the most hospitable locals. Following the Transromanica route in Serbia will take you to some past times and beautiful places worth exploring.